It's the return of the fans. What's up, wrestling fans? My name is Aaron, and this is Wrestling by Waldridge, and this is my review of AEW Double or Nothing. First things first, how good is it to have fans back in attendance? Wow. So we kick things off with the only match from the kickoff show, a match between Riho and Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's Championship. The storytelling was simple but effective here, with Serena Deeb attacking the left leg and the neck area of Riho. Not only does this set up for both of Serena's finishers, but it also counters Riho's speed advantage and her aerial offense. I love the attitude change in Deeb, who definitely solidified herself as more of a heel in this match, and I thought she proved once again how much of a well-rounded performer she is at the moment. A well-worked and an exciting match to set the tone for the main show. We then kick off the main card with a singles match between Brian Cage and Adam Hangman Page, and damn, Adam Page is definitely over. The crowd went absolutely wild for when he came out. There was another simple story here of two big hosses finding themselves evenly matched, and I thought the work rate was super impressive here. Page and Cage are both excellent combinations of power and speed. There's good chemistry there, and this match was full to the brim of just high impact offense. And personally, I quite enjoyed the finish of Starks and Hook, distracting Cage, allowing Page to win with a buckshot lariat. It was the right decision for Page to win, and I don't think that Cage looked weak at all, and it develops the tension within Team Taz. It was a super fast-paced sprint of a match that had loads of great near falls that never overstayed its welcome. And then next up we saw the Young Bucks versus Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley for the AEW Tag Team titles. And man, the fans were absolutely electric for when the Wild Thing theme hit. Mox and Kingston were pumped. The match told an excellent story of the Young Bucks using their advantage as an experienced tag team against Mox and Eddie Kingston, who are more superior singles wrestlers. Mox and Eddie showed a lot of heart in this match by taking a lot of punishment, but would just keep coming back for more and more. And I thought the selling was solid, especially from Eddie, who sold his leg very well, and it was smart of the Bucks to attack Eddie's injured leg. But what let the psychology down in this match yet again was the terrible refereeing. For example, as JR said, it did feel like a handicap at times when either Buck was illegally in the ring. However, this was still an excellent match. There was a ton of drama, it was really well paced, and it had a great structure to it. I would like to have seen Mox and Eddie come away with a win, but it will be interesting to see where all four of these guys go next. And then we saw the Casino Battle Royale, where the winner would go on to face Kenny Omega in 2 weeks' time. There were some nice little stories weaving in and out of this matchup. We saw Christian and Will Hobbs continue their rivalry. The same goes for Nick Comoroto and Dustin Rhodes, and the Hardy family office using their numbers advantage to control a lot of this match. Most participants had a chance to shine, and the wrestling was solid, particularly between the two final competitors, Jungle Boy and Christian Cage, who give us quite a dramatic finishing sequence, which led to Jungle Boy picking up the victory, which was great to see. Also, Lio Rush was the Joker entrant, and he's been doing some excellent work in other promotions, so I'm pretty excited to see what he can do in AEW. Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes was up next. The match immediately centered around the fearsome striking power of Ogogo and what Cody could do to counter that, and I thought the psychology in this match was pretty great actually. I thought Cody did a good job of selling the ribs once Ogogo had landed a couple of punches, although he did forget about the ribs a little later on in the match. But I did like how he did go for Ogogo's impaired left eye as well as his arms, and I thought Ogogo's selling was pretty impressive, to be honest. He's still quite green, but for his first match, I thought he did pretty well. He's developing a good moveset, and I think his character work is awesome. He's got some good potential. However, I do think the match went on a lot longer than it needed to, and although this doesn't affect the match quality, I just don't understand why Cody Rhodes won this match. He did not need to win here, but we move. And then we got big meaty men slapping meat, Miro versus Lance Archer for the TNT Championship. I thought this match told a similar story to the first one, just two big hosses going at it that were evenly matched. Miro looked like an absolute beast in this match. I loved the segment where he foiled Jake's plans to interfere. He just knocks out Jake, gets rid of Lance, and then he just launches the bag of snakes onto the stage. Badass. He just keeps getting better and better, and facing someone like Lance Archer just helps his cause immensely. Archer had a pretty good showing here too, although I do think he should stop with some of the aerial offense like the moonsaults. They don't really ever look too great in my opinion, and there's just no need for him to do it. But Miro picked up the win with a game over in a short and sweet match. It will definitely be interesting to see how Lance recovers from this one, but next up we got Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. The finisher attempts at the beginning of this match set up a fun game of one-upsmanship between Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker, in another even matchup. I really enjoyed Britt's arrogant character work. She is just brimming full of confidence at the moment, and I thought that Shida showed a nice edgy side to her character. There was a good callback to the previous match where Shida broke Britt's nose. Shida yanks Britt's face back via the nose, and she looks like she's enjoying it a lot, to be honest. The wrestling was a little sloppy here and there, but the intensity was great. Both women really laid in their strikes, and it really gives this rivalry a good authenticity, and there were some truly excellent near falls and submission teasers in this match, although I probably could have done without the curb stomp onto the belt. I thought that was a little less believable, but the match finished strong as Britt was finally able to apply the lockjaw to finally become the AEW Women's Champion. Both women gave it their all, they worked hard, and this was a great match. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky versus Sting and Darby Allin was next up, and boy oh boy were the fans pumped up for Sting, especially when he dove off the set. What a pop. The match told a decent story of Sky and Page implementing a game plan to never allow Sting to enter the match. The heels managed to isolate Darby with some good tag team work and the odd heel shenanigan here and there. It was a shorter match, but it was well paced, well structured, and it featured a really great hot tag from Sting, and he eventually managed to win the match by countering a springboard cutter from Scorpio Sky into a Scorpion Death Drop for the victory. Personally, I'm glad Sting won the match, because I still think he needs credibility even now, because if not, where's the sense of achievement in beating him in the future? I don't think it really hurt Sky and Page either by losing this match. But then we witnessed the first ever triple threat match in AEW between Orange Cassidy, Pac, Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. And Kenny looked excellent with all four of those belts draped over him. I need more of this. I loved how this match put a lot of emphasis on Orange trying to prove to the world and his opponents that he can compete on the highest level. The crowd massively got behind him, which made for several exciting near falls, and I thought that Pac worked well as the dangerous wild card, and I thought that Omega played his character as the arrogant champion to perfection, with some incredible body language and facial expressions throughout the entire match. As you would expect, the work rate between these three was astounding. There were incredible displays of power, athleticism, technical wrestling, striking in an action-packed match that was very fast-paced. It was very much blink and you'll miss it stuff. However, I do think the match was slightly overbooked after Don Callis had interfered. The match definitely could have ended before that happened, I think. But the finish of Kenny escaping by the skin of his teeth by countering another orange near fall into a crucifix pin of his own rounded off the story nicely, I thought. It was my match of the night so far for sure, and I could easily delve into this match a lot more. But I will move on to the main event, Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle in Stadium Stampede 2. So this was quite a hard match to rate considering the nature of it, but I've done my best. After a fun beginning, the match essentially broke off into 4 mini-stories between Jericho and MJF, Sammy Guevara and Shawn Spears, FTR and Proud and Powerful, and Hager and Wardlow, which have generally been the pairings since this feud began. I was extremely entertained watching MJF and Jericho brawl all around the officers, which actually featured some pretty good psychology, with MJF primarily attacking Jericho's arm whenever he was on offense. The Shad Khan cutout part was absolutely hilarious as well. I was dying. I love the bar fight between Santana and Ortiz and FTR, which featured a very fun cameo from Conan. Santana and Ortiz's characters just work so well in this kind of environment, and if anything, I would have liked to have seen more from these four, and I thought it was a masterstroke by having Sammy Guevara beat Shawn Spears in the ring to win the match. He quit the Inner Circle, he surrendered for his team at Bad Blood, but here, he saved his group from disbanding. Excellent storytelling. Personally, I definitely preferred the first Stadium Stampede, but this was still a very entertaining match. All in all, this was a very good pay-per-view with pretty much every single match delivering. I thought the women's matches knocked it out of the park, but I would still go with the Triple Threat as my favourite match of the night. Oh, and welcome to the Hall of Pain. Mark Henry is in AEW. Awesome stuff. And that is my AEW Double or Nothing review. Please let me know what your favourite match of the night was in the comment section down below. And guys, if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at WrestlingByW, and make sure to give this video a like, give it a share on social media, and hit that notification bell to be notified of when I release new videos. I hope you all have a great day, guys, and I shall see you all next time. Bye bye.